So a bit of a celebratory stream for me personally. I'm starting mid-game here. I had to adjust my layout. It was a little bit messed up. And I did have to abort a couple games. I'm sorry about that. I was not quite ready with that layout, so I think I aborted maybe 2 games prior to this. But we'll try to get as many people in as possible. I appreciate all your challenges. How's everyone doing today? Greetings, No Joke Chess. Hello to everyone watching on Twitch and also on YouTube. We always pay attention to our YouTube viewers as well. Okay, I'm liking my position here. I'm going to go b5, b4. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I can still play b4 due to the pin on the a file. So a takes b4 will drop the rook on a1. Greetings to Luke for Prez. Also Bob Marley died. Hello, Bob Marley. Justo, hello. Anton, what's up, Imha? Sherwood Inc., greetings. Likewise, Dark Project, how are you? We'll take this one. Now, I'd like to attack this pawn coming up, so let's see if I'm going to play something like e6, or assuming Grayling takes back, maybe bishop g4 first. Kind of think e6 is the way to go, though. Hello, Night Moves. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hello, Fuv. Thank you, PercetX. Cheers to you, PercetX. Always great to see you in the chat. Yes, I turned 35 today. I can't believe it. Time goes fast, man. I know it's a cliche, but it really does. So I'm grateful for every birthday I can celebrate. You know, I do feel like time is accelerating to some degree. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. It's a known phenomenon. But I think the best way to try to combat that is to continually try to take on new experiences, seek out new experiences. And that's why I play the Bonk Cloud sometimes. You know, I like getting myself in lost positions and trying to fight my way out. I think that's important that you push yourself in that way. That's why we play with the horsey set sometimes too. Thank you, King Lion. Hello, LED Jimmy Page, Unpush Button, Masakali, thank you. Hello, Yad. A lot of first-time chatters on Twitch. That's great. Hello, Nellis, Dr. Zeddy. Let's see. I think I want to attack this pawn in the long term, but probably just castles for the moment. Get that king to safety. IB981, hello. Greetings to Jian Guan on YouTube as well. Also, Jared, Alexander, Julian, and the Governor Power. A lot of people in the chat. It's great to see. Let's do this one. A little unusual, but I'm going to try to knock out this pawn in the center. Oh, he doesn't take, though, but this looks very nice for me. I've got this connect 5. Look at that pawn chain. Look at the difference in potential piece activity, too. Rook f2, I can jump my knight into d3. This is looking great. Hello, Full Metal Genesis. I know I'm saying hi to everyone, but I do appreciate you all being here. It's awesome. Let's just develop now. I don't have a whole lot of time left, so play some natural moves. Hit the bishop. I think I'm going to try to get the rook in. Maybe I should have put the bishop on b7, but that's easily fixed. Try to get the rook in next. Belgian Novice, thank you for subbing to the Lichess channel. As always, by the way, if you happen to miss part of this broadcast, this is automatically archived on YouTube, for one thing. It might be on Twitch for, I think, up to, 30 days? They keep the archives and then they delete them. But YouTube's probably the most reliable for watching it back in case you want to. Okay, we're making good progress here. Grayling is holding steady for the moment, but something's got to give soon. Knight e4 is a threat. Yeah, something had to give in that position, so we win a piece. Rook a1 could be tried, but we'll play rook a2 just to prevent any back rank mate. Let's do this. And this is covered by the knight. Good thing, because otherwise that rook would be coming into f8. All right. Thank you, Grayling. Yeah, that was a thematic game in the English. I do think this is a great plan to know if you're playing either side of this opening, really, and for related openings, where generally black's pretty happy to push c4 because when the queens get traded, even though black has doubled pawns, these pawns are a weapon. Using the doubled pawns as a weapon. And I advanced that pawn all the way up to b4 using the pin down the a file. And this was working out quite well. Let me close my windows real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue on. All right, let's do this. We've got 91 challenges in the queue. Dionysus. Good luck if you're there. Hello, the Francophone. Thank you. Appreciate you tuning in from France. Hello, McButtfist. Greetings, Otis86. Good to see you. What variation of the Sicilian shall we play? Let's play knight c6 on move 2. Maybe a Sveshnikov. I'm feeling Sveshy. I don't play the Kalashnikov much either, e5. But let's play a good old-fashioned Sveshnikov. Knight db5 is considered the only good move here for white from a theoretical standpoint. A lot of people take on c6. A lot of people play that move as well. But it's generally accepted that black gets a pretty easy game out of this. Thank you, Sherwood. Thank you, Pop Z, by the way. All right, let's advance d5. So I could take on c3 and give him doubled pawns. But let's play this first. We're going to hold off on that trade. And I think now take... Don't know if I'm supposed to take with the knight or the bishop. I want to say bishop, so I'm going to do that. Although I couldn't exactly tell you why. Just, I guess, mainly so I don't have to move another piece. This is tempting, but not going to work. So let's castle. I don't think a Greek gift sacrifice is anything to worry about because I would have bishop f5 or knight f6 in the end. I could play f5 here. I mean, that's definitely possible. But maybe it allows bishop c4. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I don't quite trust it, though. I'm going to play... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play h6. Just to control this square a little bit better. But I'm going to keep my eye on f5 followed by e4. We'll see if we can get that in at some point. Do I like the Scandi with 2 knight f6? You know, I like the Gambit positions you can get out of it, but I don't like some of the other positions, which can be kind of dry and almost Alekine's defense-like, if that makes sense. I would prefer to play the normal Scandi most all the time. The normal Scandi being queen takes d5. The Scandi proper. Undefended bishop here, but I don't think something like this is going to work. It's too much white would be giving up. But since this piece is loose, we got to consider it at least. Thank you, Graham Liddell, by the way. And Matthias as well on YouTube. Matthias says, John, congratulations. Gosh, I remember when you said you just turned 30. That's what I'm talking about, man. Time just speeds by. You got to make the most of it. Oh, I want to announce, by the way. So Lichess asked me to announce this. I think this is pretty cool. So Grandmaster Shahryar Mamedyarov, one of the best players in the world, Azerbaijani Grandmaster. He is playing a Lichess Plays tomorrow, Monday, September 6th, around about the same time that I'm doing it today. So in approximately 24 hours, you will have a chance to play him. And I believe it'll be the same format. So I don't know the exact details, but Lichess asked me to make that announcement. So real cool, right? You guys could potentially get a game with a top 10 player in the world. So yeah, big ups to Lichess for setting that up. I'll try to remind you guys at the end too. No Joke Chess in the chat. Yeah, he has a little command there. 1900 UTC is when he's playing tomorrow. Very cool. What is Shaq's current FIDE rating and position in the top 10 rankings? Let's find out. Wow, he was up to number 2 in the world at one point. That's crazy. Oh, he's not quite in the top 10. He's number 11 in the world. Well, you guys will get a chance to play a top 11 in the world. Wow, he was number 2 in the world in February of 2018. I remember that. Yeah, he peaked over 2800. His peak FIDE is 2820. Unbelievable. One of the very few players to be over 2800 FIDE in chess history. Now I'm imagining someone being like, not top 10 in the world, only 11th. I'm not interested. All right, I'm under a little bit of pressure here on the clock in particular. We both are. So let's try to speed it up a little bit. Didn't want to take c3 because of the pressure on f7. I think this game is like fairly balanced still. But it's going to come down to the clock. Hello, Dark Phoenix. Feel free to send me a challenge. Would love to play with you. This is somewhat random. You send a challenge. You're entered into a list of players that I randomly accept. So there is no priority given to like who challenges first, for instance. Just be aware of that. Thank you, Dionysus. Thank you. Yeah, I think this position's probably still pretty level at the end. Maybe slight advantage black. Okay, the computer thinks big advantage, but to my human eyes, there's everything to play for in this position. Probably likes black mainly because of the weak pawns that you have. But yeah, maybe just take a look at this opening. You'll want to know the theory a little bit better in case you encounter it in the future, which you surely will if you play the open Sicilian. Knight db5 is the move here. It's just not a move that is natural for many people, but you want to focus in on the d6 square. When black plays e5 early in the Sicilian, d6 and d5 tend to be pretty weak. So knight db5 focuses on that. White will jump knight d6 check if given the chance. Hence why black usually plays d6 here. And there's quite a bit of theory. Yeah, rest in peace to Yevgeny Sveshnikov. He died not long ago, just a couple weeks ago. And he is chess immortality. He has his name associated with this opening. He was passionate about the Sveshnikov variation, and he proved that it's one of the best lines in chess. B99 is overrated. Speaking of Sicilian lines, I think that's a reference to the ECO code B99, which who knows what that is. Let's see who out there knows their ECO codes off the top of their head. What line and subvariation does that refer to? I know because I used to play it a lot as a kid from the white side. So there are ECO codes devoted to various lines, all of the lines in chess, really. And they're labeled A through E. And then there's a number, could be 00 through 99. So it could be like A24 or, C78. And it's just a labeling system that they have for it. Let's bide our time here. I'm not going to try to break too early. If knight e7, I might play d5. B99, yes, it is a Najdorf. It's a bishop g5 Najdorf. I was tempted to go into it against him, but I'm playing the c3 Sicilian instead. This is another nod to Yevgeny Sveshnikov. He liked to play the Alapin Sicilian from the white side. He was one of the world's foremost experts on that line. Full Metal Genesis says the chess club hoodie was really cute. Oh, I should grab my Lichess hoodie. Maybe in about an hour when we're about halfway through this, I'm going to grab my Lichess hoodie. What to do now? Maybe bishop h4? Keep the pressure. Let's see if he wants to commit to g5. Do I like the poison pawn variation of the Najdorf? I think that's a high-quality line. It's personally not to my liking for either color just because of how sharp it is. But yeah, high quality variation for sure. Let's play d5. Let's spice this up now. Is there an advantage to playing normal Alapin compared to delayed Alapin with knight f3? I've been playing delayed Alapin for some time now and have had good success with it. Yeah, delayed Alapin is pretty good. It's just that, for example, e4, c5, knight f3, d6, c3. Black can play the move knight f6 in that position. And d4 is not going to be a sound move because a knight takes e4. So there are some advantages and disadvantages. I think the delayed Alapin is actually best against moves like e6 on move 2. So I'm a con player and I play e6 on move 2 a lot. And if the game goes e4, c5, knight f3, e6, then c3, probably black's best move, or best moves rather, are d5 or knight f6. But d5, for instance, black has already committed to playing e6, so they've locked in their light square bishop, which is a bit of a concession for black. So I would personally, if you're looking to play delayed Alapin, I would maybe do it against lines like e6 or even g6 on move 2, but not against everything. Unless you're willing to play a slightly different system, like the Kopek system, for instance, against d6, which is e4, c5, knight f3, d6, c3, knight f6, bishop d3. So maybe more of a detailed answer than you probably wanted, but that's what I think. All right, let's bust this open. Maybe I could have taken and played knight f6 as well, but this looks pretty interesting. Thank you, Muristan. Appreciate your kind message. I do watch basketball, yeah. I have not been as active a watcher of basketball, a viewer of basketball in recent years, but it is my favorite sport. I've torn 2 ACLs playing basketball myself. That tells you my dedication. Let's take this one. I don't know where he's going to put this knight. Queen b6, I'll play bishop f2, so he is in trouble. Yeah, this is going to win a piece for me. How long did it take for you to get your first chess title? So I became like a national master when I was 15. I became a FIDE master when I was maybe 16 or 17. You know, there's other titles before that if you want to count stuff like, you know, national expert, which is 2,000 plus US Chess Federation rating. Thanks for the game. B99 is overrated. Yeah, so I think this setup's a little bit passive. This is what can happen when black plays a move like d6 on move 2 against the pure Alapin. I like these positions where white gets the 2 pawns side by side. White's a little bit better here without really risking anything. If it was me, B99, I probably would have risked g5 at this moment prior to castling. Let's say g5, bishop g3, maybe knight g6 then. Or even d5 you could potentially play. I might try to spice that up a little bit more. But thanks again for the game. Let's play another opponent. Thanks, everyone, for the 3+0 challenges. That is the time control for today. As always, you can challenge me to casual or rated. Up to you. Let's play a Gambit this time. Oh, sorry to hear that, King Lion. King Lion says, I have a torn ACL right now. Man, I sympathize. That's a tough injury. It really is. I hope your recovery goes well. Have you had it repaired yet? Or are you going to get surgery on it? Okay. Hard int knows what to do here. This is one of the main variations. I'm going to go rook d1. Now, a lot of times e5 is lurking in the position, so black has to be careful. Hello, classical music on YouTube. Ilya Shumalov says, LOL, we went over this before and you asked him if it was Brooklyn 99. Did I? I remember that conversation vaguely about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, you're right. I think he actually did say that. Like Brooklyn, the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine is overrated. That's coming back to me now. Oh, that's very good, King Lion. Only partially torn. Oh, that's huge, actually. Good, good. Yeah, just take it easy for a few months. Listen to your doctors. All right, so we're going to try to develop some pressure here against the pawn. Now, where to put my bishop? I think here. I think we go here, maybe try to threaten bishop takes f6. Could do that right now. I think this is a good moment to play it, because if he takes with the bishop, he loses sight of this pawn. So he has to take with a pawn, and then maybe I can go to work against his king. We shall see. Hello, Jazzarine. I'm going to pull this back and maybe knight d5, but I'm also on the lookout for something like this. Can I play a game in the background while you are challenging? Ooh, I don't know about that. That would be, I think, a little more than we want to take on from a spectator standpoint. Let's play h3. Wouldn't mind a capture here. f6 is going to be under pressure. Keeps the bishop. Okay, let's go g4. Now maybe queen e3. I'm going to start trying to sneak in here. Perhaps queen h6. I like that this bishop is being held hostage, so I'm not in a hurry to capture. The position remains interesting, though, for sure. Okay, so I'm thinking if here bishop takes e4, I take f6. Could also play something like knight h4. This is very interesting to me, but he might just play bishop f8. Bishop f8 might be a tidy response to that. Kind of feel like I need some further protection of this pawn in a weird way. I think I'm going to go knight h4. Just try to employ this knight. I might even take this. This bishop is just a little irritating there. All right, maybe rook over. Let's do that. We're going to line up with the queen. Now I'm threatening stuff like take and then unleash here. Ooh, and that is a potential big mistake. I have knight b6. I have this and what I said I might do. I think I'll go for that one. Hello, Schaffenbardar. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hi, Nikhil. Thank you. Let's take. Take again. Jazzarine, thanks for subbing to the Twitch, or the Lichess Twitch channel. Let's give it a check. Feels like the walls are closing in on my opponent. Let's get one more piece involved. Not going to take that with check yet. I'm going to leave that for the moment. Do I not have mate here? I mean, I can do a bunch of things. I think take h7 is probably the easiest. And then we're going to take here next. But there is no mate. Yeah, black resigned. King g8. I guess I'd probably just trade queens and then take here. Thank you, Hardint, for the game. I think you played all right. You know, a lot of times they like to throw an a6 to stop a knight from coming to b5. So you set up all these pawns on the 6th rank to try to keep the white minor pieces out of the mix. So you could look into the theory a little bit more. But yeah, a6, queen c7, you often see stuff like that. Thanks a lot for the game. We're up to 100 challenges now. Great stuff. A rod. Good luck. Yeah, thanks, everyone. A lot of well wishes coming in. I appreciate it. Let's play e5. I don't often play double king pawn, but let's do it. All right. Take. We're going to see a gambit here, maybe like a Danish gambit. Yes. I'll play d5. I think this is supposedly a clean equalizer for black. So we'll do it. There's some theory here, as always. Let's see how much of this I remember. I think it goes like knight c3, bishop b4. Okay, he plays that one. I think I castle here. In some ways, this reminds me of a Scandinavian. Okay, bishop e3. What now? Bishop f3 followed by queen c4. I do recall this operation in this opening, but I don't know if here is the right time to do it. Yeah, that looks familiar. I'm going to go check first, though. This is sometimes a dilemma when you only have like a memory of a certain line. You have to weigh how much it's worth for you to try to follow that variation that you think you might know, but your memory of it is hazy, versus playing the position in front of you. I feel pretty confident here just because I know this line to be good for black, or at least equal. But you got to be wary of that. You can't just blindly follow something you think is theory. You always got to play the position in front of you or prioritize that. Thank you, Gotham Chess is the best for the Twitch Prime on the Lichess channel. Shout out to Gotham Chess. He's currently playing a tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm going actually in less than 2 weeks. I'm going to visit the Charlotte guys. I've been covering that tournament a little bit on my channel the past few days. I think I can take this one. I think I'm just knocking out these pawns. I mean, he can't castle because I take here. So this is looking quite promising. Yeah, you should make some sub badges if you can, no joke. I'm sure someone in the Lichess community would be happy to do that. That'd be cool. Yep, that's true. H2G2 researcher. Yeah, I was at my brother's wedding in Washington, D.C. last weekend. It was great. Yeah, everyone had a great time. My brother and his fiance, now wife, had to push back the wedding by a full year because of COVID. So I think they were ready to get married. They were definitely looking forward to that day. And it was awesome. I saw family I hadn't seen for a while. The venue was great. It was an excellent few days. And Prospect says, wait, I was in a wedding in DC last weekend. Well, I would imagine if you were at the one I was at, you probably would have said hello. Unless maybe this is the first time you're watching a Lichess plays or are not familiar with my channel. But I would doubt it. All right, gotta watch this. I was trying to make that as far from a do you know who I am type of thing. But I'm almost positive you would have said hello if we were at the same wedding. It wasn't a massive, massive wedding. So I'm up 3 pawns here, and White's king is stranded in the center. So we just got to be on guard against any threats. But barring a checkmate here, I think we're going to be good. This king is feeling the heat, ready to do a discovery. I think White's got to bring the bishop back to that square. Yeah. And now what? Maybe here? Looking to jump in here. Ooh. Do I play knight d4 first, or do I play rook takes e2 first? Let's play the brutal move. Rook takes e2. Hey, John, are you going to try GM title norm in Europe, like Budapest or St. Louis in the near future? Great question. I am getting the urge to play over the board again, but I won't be playing any norm tournaments in the near future. Probably not for the rest of the year, I would imagine. As much as I would like to, I'm just not quite in tournament mode at the moment. But I'll try to make it happen again at some point. I just don't know when. Getting a little bit of lag here. But we're going to finish this game off. But yeah, I'm ready to play again because I have not played an over-the-board tournament in 2 years now. Crazy. Wow. It's really Arad's birthday as well. We're birthday twins. Thanks for the game, Arad. Yeah, so this was all theoretical stuff. I thought around here what usually plays knight c3 and then bishop b4. Let's just take a quick look. It's been a while since I've looked at this theory, and again, I'm not a huge e5 player for black, but yeah, knight c3, and then queen a5 or bishop b4. I think the line I was trying to remember, maybe it's a little bit different. But there's a line where the queen goes to c4, kind of like I did in this game, but seems to me the version I got was just good. Maybe it is this. Still some games here, but not too many. But yeah, I would recommend d5 as a way to combat the Danish, even though Lichess assigns it a dubious mark. That's because I guess the automated analysis wants to take the pawn, which is certainly also a good option. But d5 is an equalizing antidote to a lot of these openings. Okay. Thanks again for the game. Happy birthday, Arad. Crits Arad. Let's play d4 in this one. Can I play an uncommon opening? A00. Ooh, that's tough, because if you're going to go A00, you usually got to play something pretty sketchy. That's a reference to the ECO code. Oh, this is 5 minute. Yeah, that slipped by me. Totally missed that. Yeah, let's make sure we do try to challenge 3-0 whenever possible. I do sometimes miss if someone challenges a long time control. Not a big deal. But 3-0 is the preferred time control. Let's go f3. Let's try to go for g4, shall we? Did the other website reach out to you about the celebrity chess tournament currently going on? Oh, are you talking about PogChamps? I think I play h4 in this situation. Try to induce h6 or h5. And then a lot of times white will just go bishop d3 and we'll get a trade of the bishops. Okay, so here... No worries, Crit Dara. Yes, you can say chess.com or chess24, as No Joke says. Absolutely. Okay, now it's always a question, do you take with the pawn or the queen? I think taking with the queen is best here. And I facilitate castling queenside. Also, if I can, I might sneak in this g6 move. Hello, Suplashy. Yeah, I hope we get to play a game. Absolutely. All right, g6. This is a nice lever against the king. But yeah, if you were asking about PogChamps, actually, Danny did reach out to me and asked if I might be interested in giving some lessons. I wasn't able to do it because I was on that trip in DC. Also, I've got a couple other trips coming up. So I think I haven't told No Joke Chess yet, but I'll be gone for the next couple weekends. So I'm going to have to talk to him about the next schedule for Lichess plays. So yeah, my availability is a little spotty this month. E4 thematic move. We got to bust open the position towards that black king. I think this is going to be a backbreaking move, and it's just a dynamic enough position that black can't afford to play a6, b5. They're really taking some liberties, and see how useful that pawn on g6 is, preventing an enemy king escape to f7. Thank you, Dark Soul. Yeah, that would be kind of cool to do some coaching for that presence of the past. Absolutely. Especially if there was like a real motivated student, like a Hafu type, who was really spending a ton of time, or a Sardosh as well. Those two players really stand out from past PogChamps as being very committed to chess improvement and prepping for that tournament. That'd be really cool to work with someone like that. Now, I feel like this is the thing to do here. Okay. Katara resigned, but yeah, this is probably also good, but I was probably going to play knight e4 and try to land the knight on d6. So, yeah, Katara, I think you got to play g6 right here. At least from a practical standpoint, I wouldn't want to allow white to play g6. All right, thanks for the game. 3-0 against Dexy. Good luck, Dexy. Hi, Sean Murray on YouTube as well. Was asking about classical plans. Yeah, no tournaments in the pipeline for me right now, but I'm looking, let's say. Dexy, are you there? We got a knock? The knocking usually gets people to accept the challenge. You're on deck. One more knock, and then we move on. A little harder this time. Guess they're not home. Nobody's home. You can always re-challenge. Okay, Boomer. Boomer 21. Let's do this. Let's play... What should I play this time? Maybe a bird? Do any of you guys rely on the bird as your main weapon? If you like the Leningrad Dutch, you can think about playing the bird. Oh, it's another 5-0. I'm slipping today. That's my bad. I accepted that. I'm slipping big time. Maybe I'm in birthday celebration mode. I don't know. Let's try to play it a little quicker, though. I'll go for e4. I'm playing queen e1. Does anyone know why I'm playing queen e1 versus like rook e1? This is a good little point to know in a position like this. Thank you, Presence of the Past. This queen e1 looks a little odd, right? Many people would not want to play that versus rook e1. Yeah, Anton is correct. He said get rid of a future potential pin. Yeah, so if we go back to this position, could go rook e1. There might be some logistical problems even in this position, like bishop f2. But the point is, on rook e1 and then e4, so we need a rook or a queen there to help the e4 advance, or some other piece to defend, because black has two attackers. But we would still be in a pin in the event we push the pawn. So queen e1 is often a means to escape the pin, or maybe escape an alignment here, and still get the pawn push in. Could be helpful with b4. I have seen that before, yeah, but I'd say the main thing is that pin avoidance. Okay, now I'm going to try to close the center, so prevent black from taking here. And we're going to try to steamroll black on the king side. Push the pawns. And h6, I personally like to see h6 from my standpoint, because that gives me something to work with over here. 2 points of contact. You guys know I'm big on that concept. Maybe black will defend this. I mean, they might start bringing some of these pieces back. But in general, it makes me think I'm going to have a little more to work with. There's this bishop e7 move is the only thing that's giving me pause here. I might need to bring more pieces into the action. Maybe the knight. Let's bring the knight in the game. Believe in Kashi says, I'm new to Lichess. Well, perfect. Yeah, welcome. Lichess is a fantastic site. It's entirely free to use. It's the second largest chess site on the internet behind chess.com. It's an amazing community. Take advantage of all the resources. The Learn resources in particular, I think, are kind of slept on. People forget about these. But you can learn chess basics if you're new to the game. You can do a coordinate trainer. Study is a little bit more of an advanced tool, but it's great for like aggregating games or positions and also looking at studies other people have prepared on various topics. So there's really a wealth of resources on here for you to take advantage of. You can do puzzles of all manner. I was doing Puzzle Racer the other day on stream. You guys ever done Puzzle Racer? It's basically Type Racer, but for chess puzzles. I'm going to take this one. I like this dark square bishop. Gimme, gimme. Let's go h4 now. That pawn's protected by my queen. So I'm looking for g5. We're gunning for that. Ooh, and radical move by black, playing g5. Should we take en croissant? Croissant? I'm sorry about my French pronunciation. I believe there's a rule that says if you have the ability to capture en croissant, you must do it. It's morally forced. It's not an actual chess rule, but it's almost morally forced. That's what Anarchy Chess told me, at least. How about this as a way to double attack? Might be kind of interesting, right? Maybe black will miss that the knight is hanging. Maybe they'll see the double attack here and go king h7, but miss that I'm hitting the knight. That's the optimistic scenario. The Francophone confirms, John, your French pronunciation is not very good. You should practice French. I should practice chess. Deal. Okay. Boomer saw the attack there. Now, actually, they might have been able to play knight takes e4 in that position. I'll show that after the game. I think knight takes e4 was playable there. Now I should be up a pretty solid pawn. Still a lot of work to do, though. Attack. Got to watch this one. So I might go rook c1 next. Oh, I left this hanging. Sloppy. Very sloppy. Okay, now I might take this knight because I think I need to defend this pawn. Here. Let's just push this. We're going to play a little dynamically. Maybe not the best, but we'll find out. Am I planning on getting the GM title? Well, the GM title is not something you can really plan on. It takes a lot of time and effort, resources to even attempt it. I mean, there are planning aspects to that, but I think to get the GM title, to work towards the GM title, you got to make it a lifestyle for a period of time because it requires all out effort. And I'm not in that mental space right now. I would like to say that I, plan to be in the near future, but in the near future, it's not going to happen. I'm just not playing the tournaments or even thinking about it. But certainly long term, yeah, I would love to become a grandmaster. But I just wanted to clarify that going for GM, is something that requires all-out dedication versus kind of just like, I guess I'll try for it someday. So for me personally, having kind of tried for it once, I realized I needed to spend even more time. I didn't take it even as seriously as I should have. You are just 50 points away. Yeah, those 50 points are tough, though. And I need 2 norms. I need 2 more norms. I have 1 Grandmaster norm. I need 2 more. So a lot of work to do. Okay, I'm trying to break down my opponent's defenses, but this is not easy. He's kind of turtled up here. I think I'm going to try to bring my king up and then gradually advance these pawns. Maybe target f7. I like that my bishop is controlling this pawn mass for now. Did I get my norm in the US? Yes, I got it in a tournament in St. Louis. Back in 2013, I believe. So it's been a while now. Would I seek formal training from a GM coach or try to do it yourself? I would probably use a coach, especially for training aspects. Ooh, that was not a good move, though. Check. Pick up the rook. Yeah, if only to like have someone as a sounding board to play training games against, to work on openings. So even, yeah, as like a partner versus even just a formal coaching relationship, I think it would be super useful. I would definitely do that. Okay, Boomer, thanks for the game. So the thing I was thinking, this is kind of a cool little tactical sequence. So when I played Queen E3, yeah, this is a double attack on the knight and the pawn. But B6, take. Not going to look at the engine. I want to say this is playable. Maybe the engine doesn't think so, but I was thinking it might be because if I take, I can't take here due to the rook being lost. And if I take right away, this comes with check. So maybe the engine finds something here. It just says play a normal move. Even King G1 is +4, +5. I guess the engine really likes white's 2 bishops with this open position. But at least for now, black has won the pawn back. This is just amazing, though, with the evaluations. I've been talking about this a little bit recently, but the modern engines are so decisive in their evaluations if they think one side is better. They don't try to hedge in any way. Let's play Alekhine's defense. If they genuinely think one side is significantly better, it's going to be a large advantage in the evaluation, which previous engines, 5-10 years ago, you often did not see. Okay, so we've transposed to a Scandinavian just with a pair of knights traded here. John Woods on YouTube says, is this live? Yes, it is. Basid says, when are you getting married, John? That's even something you can plan less for than Grandmaster. I'll put it this way. I am way further from getting married than I am from getting the Grandmaster title. If you want to know what my relationship status is like. I don't even have a marriage norm right now. But I kind of like it that way too, at least for now. Mate Deuce says, wow. Maybe consider a marriage coach. Get your marriage elo up. Yeah. I should contact Ben Feingold. He's got a lot of marriage norms. Ben would not mind me saying that, by the way. We're cool. We're cool. All right. Take here. He takes here. Take here. Take here. A lot of captures. I think I'm down at the end, so I got to take here. Let's capture that one. Ooh, maybe I could have played queen e5 as well. Queen e5 was interesting. Maybe I do it now? Maybe. It's a bit of a cheapo, but let's do it. I mean, I can probably induce him to play g3, which seems weakening. What's going on here? Multiple pieces under attack. I think that's probably a mistake, though, because now he's got just two big threats to worry about, especially the mate threat. Ganesh says, I thought you have 2 GM norms. No, I have 1 GM norm. I was close to getting my other GM norm, or my second GM norm, at a tournament in Charlotte back in 2018. Like March of 2018, I think it was. I needed to win in the final round against international master David Brodsky, young IM from the US, and I only drew the game. So that's as close as I've come recently. But honestly, that's a common story. Like there's a lot of IMs you can find who have a story like that. Like, I just needed this one result. Let's play this back. Trying to bait that. Didn't fall for it. Maybe now here. I think check is good. If he takes my knight, I take back. He can take the queen, but I'll be up a rook in the end. Barney Style, thank you for being a first-time chatter. Trying to read your message. With black, where I have a higher win percentage than with white. Yeah, you know, that's a fairly common thing, actually. I wouldn't greatly worry about that right now. I see a lot of players at lower rating levels who find it easier to play black because they're kind of reacting to what their opponent's doing. They don't have the burden of having to push for an advantage oftentimes. The value of having white, in theory, will go up as you get better. I think they were looking for lines to play as white. You know, if it were me, I would just recommend sticking with e4 and trying to get experience in the open games from the white side. I would resist the temptation to play a system opening like the London. I think that's a little bit better once you've got some games under your belt, some experience. Ooh, I think he's going to run out of squares on this diagonal. Bishop b4, I can play c5. I'm getting a little bit of lag. I don't know if any of you guys are playing right now. I'd be curious. My moves are not quite registering as quickly as they should. But thanks for the game, Sazik. Yeah, I think the key sequence in this game was like right around here when e4 was played. You should probably try to escape this alignment on the d file. Maybe like shoot the queen out to a4. I think that would be a little more prudent. But thanks for the game. Oh, thank you to the Pedersen kid, by the way. Wow, look at that. Gifting 20 subs to the Lichess Twitch community. The Pedersen kid, dude. Thanks so much. All right, let's play an open Sicilian here. We're playing against maybe Kasparov, but they dropped the K. Yeah, dude. Thanks again, Pedersen kid. The community really appreciates that. You know, Lichess is a nonprofit organization. I don't know. I actually don't know exactly how it's operated, but I think it's fair to say it's a not-for-profit. It's a French organization because of Thibault, the founder. So I'm certainly less familiar than if it were based in the U.S. But nonetheless, Lichess does rely on donations for a lot of their basic costs. So any small, you know, you can, I think you can pledge as little as $1 per month. For example, if you want to become a Lichess patron, you get the little wings next to your name. And any amount of monetary support is appreciated by the Lichess community to help with their basic server costs and whatnot. Says no joke success says it's a French charity. They work in a similar way to American charities. Okay, cool. So maybe like a 501, like in the US, we would have like a 501c3 organization. Maybe it's similar structure to that. Check, and now I can pick up that pawn. I'm surprised black didn't take with the bishop on f5. It's Kasparov smurfing? I don't know. Somehow I doubt that. He did play the Najdorf, though. Guess you never know. Let's play g4. I'm going to be greedy and try to defend this pawn. Any tips on how to deal with plateaus and rating drops? Ooh, yeah. Plateaus, I think you just got to expect them. You got to expect that they're going to happen. No one is immune from them. You will plateau at some point. Just be advised. Like, be ready, I would say, mentally, that you're going to have long periods of time where even if you're learning and you are doing the right things, it's not going to show up in your results. So I don't know how useful that is, but just know that that's totally normal. I don't know if what I'm doing here is all that great. I'm kind of getting pushed around a little bit. I am up a couple pawns, so that's promising, but my coordination, my king safety could be better. I don't know which way to castle. I think I should castle short. Unless he's planning queen b6. I'm just going to castle short. I think it's imperative to get the king out of danger here. Why do people hate the London? I think they have a lot of like toxic self-hate. They can't bear to play against a sometimes dry system like opening. No, I don't know. I think people just dislike the level of popularity it has and the fact that white often does autopilot the moves in a London system. H2G2 researcher says because it's way too big in the public transport system, never runs reliably. Talking about that, London. This is dynamic. I got to be careful here. There's some heat being winded up here. For sure. I mean, I see some possibilities for black, which I will not give away. We're approaching a time scramble. I was a little worried about bishop takes f2, actually. I think bishop takes f2 would have been strong there. And this might also just be okay for black, but bishop takes f2 followed by e3 looked interesting. Trying to keep this together. He has tactics, though. Like here, he has a tactic if he sees it. Knight takes g4 was good there. So queen takes d2. Maybe I could have played rook b2 or something. I don't know. But okay, now I feel like I've more stabilized things. He still even has tact. I see another tactic. I see another one. Knight takes g4, queen takes, rook takes b5. Perhaps would have worked there. Trying to cause some problems around the enemy king. What now? Should I try to sneak in? Trying to make sure my king doesn't run into problems. I think we're winning now. Take. He has that one. Here? Should be winning. He's pinned. He can't mate me, fortunately. There's no queen takes f1 mate is illegal here due to the pin. Tricky. I don't know. I think black had some stuff there. Or not. Still waiting on the game analysis. Well, maybe it was better. So it's interesting when you do an auto analysis on Lichess, it actually, from what I see, it analyzes the game from the back, the end back to the beginning. So right now it says 34 average centi-pawn loss for me. 3 inaccuracies, 5 mistakes, 0 blunders. 68 average centi-pawn loss for my opponent. 6 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes, 2 blunders. Maybe it felt looser than it was. Yeah, here though, bishop takes f2 had me a little worried. Point being, whichever way I take back, queen or rook, black can play e3, and I think that's a better version of what black did in the game. There's stuff ready to be unleashed here. I don't know. I guess I played that really sketch in the opening. Thought I was pretty significantly better after this, but I didn't play this part of the game convincingly. H2G2 researcher says, I enjoy the learn from your mistakes feature. Yeah, that's a good one. You guys can't see it. My webcam is blocking it, but there's a blue button right here. You can see the edge of my mouse on the bottom right-hand screen. It's a button that says learn from your mistakes. And it'll, if you click it, you can see G4 was played, find a better move for white. So it's prompting me to do something better than what I did. What is it? Bishop F3? And then it tells you. So you can drill at various times. Bishop B5 was bad. I'm going to guess it still wants me to play Bishop F3, maybe? Yep. I'm learning. All right, thanks for the game. Jay can't see. Good luck. I'll play E4. No Joke Chess says, analyzing from the end is more efficient because the eval for positions can be used for part of the eval of previous positions, if that makes sense. That does make sense. Yeah. Let's play a King's Gambit. What is the best advice for a 2,000 rated player to improve to a 2,300 rated player? Oof, that's tough. My default answer to that is you're probably too high rated for me to offer any general advice. If you haven't worked with a coach before or have a training partner, you might want to look into one at that rating level. You could potentially benefit significantly. What's my opinion of the woodpecker method? I think it's great. I think it's a valuable way to drill a large set of tactics and make patterns more like muscle memory over time. Sure thing, Bab. Let's castle. Maybe some future pressure against f7. I'll just kind of crouch behind this setup here with the 2 pawns. Probably black will castle, but I like my flexibility here. Sometimes they play a move like b4 in this position. I think I have to pay some heed to knight takes e4. That might be a little center fork trick idea. So let's play the bishop back, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure how great this is, but seems okay. Stops this plan. If d5, I can play e5. So I want to keep my pawns in the center together. Proful on YouTube asked, do you plan on continuing / updating the Climbing the Rating Ladder series on your YouTube channel? Yeah, occasionally people ask about that. I don't have any immediate plans to add to it. I think it's pretty good. But I may launch a similar series at some point. MindSync says, sounds like you're disappointed in the game you won. Yeah, that last game was not a great game on my part, even though I did win. That should happen fairly often. when you're like being critical of your chess. Like you can definitely win games and not feel great about it. That's a common occurrence. Oh, that's a blast from the past, Gray Sensei. They say I love the chess cognition series. Wow. I'm surprised you remember that series. That's circa 2015 or so. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's a fun series. Trying to open things up. I got the attack here and here. I think this is fine. Well, might be playable for black, but there's going to be some heat coming down on them. We'll hide the king. Got to get out of the check. I think knight d5 is pretty much the only move here, but against that, I'll probably play queen e4 and threaten mate. Thank you, Ebelheed. Yeah, sorry, Sukure. I have not been active on YouTube at all over the past several months. I need to get back to it, mostly because I'm getting the itch. You know, I want to obviously make content for the users, but I do take YouTube breaks sometimes. That's been a thing I've definitely done in the past. I think my days of putting out content when I don't necessarily feel like it are over. I wanna feel good about the content I'm making, as in I want it to be fun because that just reflects so much better in the content. I've been enjoying streaming a little more, I gotta say, in recent months, but I will go back to YouTube at some point and do some more of that once I figure out what videos I want to make and get the motivation. It'll probably happen fairly soon. Jay can't see. Thanks for the game. So, yeah, I think I was somewhat better out of the opening. You played a little bit defensive. I wouldn't play a check like this in general when white can block with the c pawn. You know, moving the c pawn to combat the check, you're usually just going to burn time and have to move the bishop again. If you want a simple line to play against King's Gambit, by the way, let me flip this around. So when white plays f4, you could take it. Taking is definitely the theoretically best move, but also a pretty simple variation I would recommend to a lot of you guys is bishop c5. Developing and then trying to play d6 in the near future once you've got the bishop outside the chain like this. Because the point is, if you think about it, when white plays f4, white is actually not threatening to play f takes e4, or f takes e5 rather on the next move. Even if black played something ridiculous, white would not want to take because of queen h4 check. This is an important point to understand. g3, queen takes e4 with a fork on the king and the rook. So for that reason, black could entertain some developing move like bishop c5. And again, if white takes, this is going to be a disaster for white. So white can play like knight f3, but then black can play d6, and it's still too dangerous for white to take the second time on e5 because of this. So there's some theory here, like white can play c3, for instance, but you might want to look into this variation. Makes things a little easy to play for black. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna don my Lichess hoodie too because someone was asking for it, and I wanna support Lichess with my apparel as well. I'll be right back though. Thanks again for all your support today, guys. This has been a great stream so far, and we've got almost another hour to go. So be right back. Guys, look at this. I forgot how fly this hoodie is. So this is a specialty Lichess hoodie that the Lichess community, a couple of the mods in particular, were kind enough to give me at the World Championship in London in 2018. So the Carlsen versus Caruana match. I was able to travel there for a couple games, and there was a Lichess meetup and a tournament that I attended, along with a bunch of other people. Like Eric Rosen was there too, and they were giving out some of these hoodies. Check this out. I'll stand up. So you got like the binary knight. These are all zeros and ones. And I'll show the back as well. I couldn't see the back as easily, but maybe you guys can. That's pretty sweet. This is high quality. It feels amazing too. This is super comfortable. All right, let's keep going. So thanks again to Lichess for this hoodie. I'm gonna wear that this fall and winter for sure. Peter Alumbo, let's go D4. Yeah, and no joke, Chess just put a link to the Lichess swag store. Go check it out. They're very good about implementing merch suggestions, by the way. So if you come up with like an amazing design, very possible they'll take a look at it, maybe even put it on the store. Let's try to bother them with H4, H5. Inflex says, hey, where is your surname from? What roots? Interesting. So Bartholomew, I think it's mostly like a Scottish, Irish, English name. Probably going way back. I think there's even some like Hebrew roots to it, from what I've heard. Although I'm not 100% sure about that. I've even heard like people ask if I have Polish ancestry sometimes, but I'm mostly a Western European mutt. Scottish, Irish, English, Norwegian. Got some Norwegian blood, French, German as well. I don't know anyone in my family or my relatives who are Greek. Yes, exactly. Got these cheeseburgers. I do have a very Christian name, if you will. Did I do a DNA test? No, but I know one other person in my family who has. It would be kind of cool to do sometime, like a 23andMe type test. I think everyone's kind of interested in that. You guys done anything like that? Oh, really? Those tests are not great? Huh. Why is that? Let's try to attack F7. This is looking real good. I've got two active knights here. Black's got a plethora of pawn weaknesses. Didn't know that, rye bread fungus. Yeah, definitely some security concerns. I can understand that aspect of it. Privacy implications. That is a common criticism I've heard. I'm going to take the knight rather than the rook because what black could take back. I love my knights here. My brother actually has found out a lot about our family. He's gone pretty deep into our ancestry. He actually found out that my great great grandfather, whose last name is Malloy, he came from Ireland, and I believe he fought in World War One. And he was one of the co-founders of the VFW here in the U.S., the Veterans of Foreign Wars. He was one of the original co-founders of it. So that was pretty cool. Just a random thing he discovered in our family tree. Peter Alumbo, thanks for the game. Yeah, I think this setup's a little sketchy, this knight e7. This is like a queen's gambit decline with the knight here, though, blocking your bishop. I would bet that you played this before just based on how quickly you were playing in the opening, but I'm a little suspicious. I don't know about that line. Seems like you're lacking space here. Oh, yeah, sure. Dank Palumbo says, I forgot how fast the 3-minute games are. Yeah, it's quick, isn't it? Thanks for the game. Was your brother any good at chess? You know, he's decent, but I've told this story before. He got too cocky in the only tournament he's played when he was a kid. He played in our state elementary championship. And he started out with a perfect score in the event. I think he was 3-0. And then he proceeded to get 4-move checkmated and lose in like less than 5 minutes in his 4th game. And that killed his interest in competitive chess for the rest of his life. I mean, it's still not too late. He's only like 31 years old, but that scarred him. Himant MG is playing some theory. Okay, this can get black in trouble, though. This is a little too greedy, especially if black takes this pawn. Okay, that's a better move. So that is a good decision by Hamath. Now I got to figure out what to do here. I think I want to play the move d5. Yeah, I think you go d5. Yeah, okay. This could get interesting. d5, knight a5, and then d6. That's always the key move that I have a hard time remembering sometimes in this line. This would be cool if we get this. Yeah. This opens the attack against f7. You don't want to have the bishop like blocked by the pawn. And tactically, this works out because if black takes this, we take here. Black takes with the queen, then there's this. And if they take with the king, there's queen e2. So I believe black is supposed to play c takes d6 here. But don't take my word for it, Hamath, if you're watching, right? Okay. Now let's see if I can demonstrate what my memory banks say. Gattaca is a great movie. Yeah, that's random that you mentioned that. I remember watching that in like 9th grade biology class. The movie Gattaca. Really, really interesting movie. I think this is how white wants to play it. Threatening mate on f7. I am down a piece though right now. But it's a big attack. Ooh. That is a checkmate. Thank you, Hamath, for the game. Yeah, you could play rook f8 or something, but I think knight takes h7 then. I believe this position's good for white, but let's just double check. Okay, plus half pawn to 1 maybe, let's call it. Still playable, but yeah, the margin for error is not very large for black. So those of you who play the Italian game, and especially this ambitious approach with c3 and d4, which I recommend to a lot of newer players in particular, you'll want to know the subtleties of some of these gambit lines. The best move, theoretically speaking, for black is bishop takes c3 here, whereupon I would have played d5, actually. That's a rabbit hole of tactical ideas, but you might want to investigate that. Yeah, knight takes, pawn takes. If black takes here, queen b3 is very good for white, along with even bishop f7 or bishop a3. But yeah, I think this is a nice one to know, this d6 move. If you weren't familiar with the tactical complications, I think it's unlikely you would go for d6 here. And I won't go into the weeds at this point, but yeah, just one main point is that this could be a fork on the king and the knight and some other square eventually. Like, for example, if king f8, yeah, bishop g5 or even knight g5. I think I probably would have played knight g5. Threatening mate, and if queen e8, take here. That's one thing I vaguely remember about this. I used to think the Italian was boring, but I saw a lot of it in Syncfield recently, and I'm liking it now. You know, the top guys, they play it with the d3 approach. There's so many games being played This kind of is the default way to play e4, e5 in some respects. With this structure, yeah, that's considered more sound, and white tries to go for a long-term advantage. But for us mortals, I really think the older lines with d4 and some of the Gambit continuations you get into are very interesting and worthy of attention. Let's keep going here. O'Connor, let's go. Let's play a little flanky stuff here. G6, maybe? Ooh. All right, I'll play C5. Maybe we transpose into some C3 Sicilian type territory. Take. And what now? Maybe D5. I think D5 is the move. Let's play knight C6. Now I'm going to try to lay siege to these points. Maybe even send this knight through to F5. Thank you, Surab. Prismatic says, why do people say that animal gambits are bad? Yeah, that is a thing you hear sometimes. Don't play opening names named after animals. You could run through the list of animal openings, and yes, a lot of them are a little bit dubious. Not all of them, though. Like the hedgehog, perfectly legit setup, very deep setup. But when you get into like hippo type territory, you may start to experience, the crab. This is Gray Sensei. You may start to experience some theoretical discomfort. Arivar, thank you for the subs. Gifting to the Lichess community, 5 subs. Thank you, Arivar, or Arivar. I know who that is, so thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're having a good day. I assume you are, because I talked to you recently. Thank you for gifting to Harenzi, GM Shadow, Tim's Vlad, Super Baguette, and Wesley Tabak. Thanks again. Elephant Gambit is cool, says Gray Sensei. There's a book about the Elephant Gambit that recently came out. Snake Benoni, interesting line, also a little bit sketchy. Now, I feel like I can put further pressure here. Maybe bishop g4. I don't know that the bishop's doing a whole lot. It had a kind of a nice diagonal to work with, but I'm going to send it to that square. We'll see how that goes. Okay. So take, let's say queen takes. Knight takes, queen takes. He takes e7 at the end. That's a little bit annoying, huh? So makes me think I want to maybe kick the bishop first. Yeah, let's play h6. Let's see where that bishop goes. Yes, I am, Surab. Do I think Magnus can adopt me after today's performance? Yeah, shout out to Magnus for winning the AIM chess tournament. I like how that question's phrased, like his performance today would make a difference about whether he could adopt me or not. It's like, well, he's only been world champion for the last 8 years and the undisputed best player in the world, possibly of all time. But we'll give him the nod of adopting John because he won the AIM chess tournament. I guess it depends on the time constraints, but I think regardless of the time control, there'd be a very good chance, yes, that he would. Let's go here. Switching up plans a little bit. I'm trying to go after this and this. I got to make up some time on the clock. Rashid says, are you the creator of Chessable? I am not the creator, but I am the co-founder of Chessable. That is accurate. I co-founded the site with David Cramley, an awesome guy. And he is the one who built the site originally. Let's go here. Try to attack this. Oh, and the knight. I actually didn't see that I'm attacking the knight as well. Hopefully he doesn't either. This might just be a good move then. We can go rook d2 maybe. Oh, he missed it as well. All right, we'll take it. Still got the time to negotiate here. So let's keep our wits about us. Let's go here. This doesn't feel laggy right now, but that's another reason I need to build in a little bit of a buffer in case the lag comes up. I think it's honestly something when I'm streaming, because I don't normally notice it. But occasionally on these Lichess play streams, I've encountered that. No queen h7 for you. Hit the rook. Also knight e3 threat, maybe. Oh, he's throwing the checks at me. We got him. Okay. Ooh, good game, O'Connor. I'm throwing in some vowels in your name because there are no vowels other than the O, I guess. But thank you for the game. Tough one. I think you kept your center together pretty well. I was trying to pressure it, but you held pretty firm there. I think you might have been at a very slight disadvantage around here. The engine might give a slight nod to black, but it's not much. At least it didn't seem like it to me. Yeah, playable for you. So thanks for the game. Close one. Who's up next here? Fade 21. Good luck. Oh, interesting. Richter's neighbor says, John, I think the long queue might be affecting the leg. It happened to Eric Rosen the other day. Interesting. So do challenges top out at 100 now? Because I've noticed I've got right up to 100. Like currently I'm at 100 challenges, but it's not going any higher than that. So I wonder if Lichess has implemented like a governor, let's say, on the amount of challenges a person can get at a time. No joke, chess would probably know. Okay, interesting knight development here by Fed. I do have my own channel. Yes, H maybe. If you search my name on YouTube, you will find it. Very much appreciate any views or support or telling a friend about it. I post a lot of educational videos. A lot of videos where I'm playing and talking through my strategy as I do. I've got about 1,500 videos on my channel. So a lot of content. Yeah, I think challenges are capped at 100 now, or at least what it's displaying up here. You guys can't see this, but the little swords up there that show if someone's challenging you. It's been topping out at 100. All right, so I'm up a exchange here. Maybe b5. I think I can expand kind of aggressively. I'm almost thinking there's a way to trap this bishop, but not quite. I would need a pawn on f5 to do it, like play c4 next move. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Inflex you. He says, I know why your voice sounds familiar. Chess courses with Magnus. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to record a couple of those with him. It was a great honor. One of my most viewed videos on my channel is me going over a quiz in the book 100 Endgames You Must Know with Magnus. And I got to record that in the Netherlands, in Wijkenzee, during the Tata Steel tournament, which is an annual big tournament there. This was back in 2019, 2020, actually. January of last year, before the pandemic, when times were simpler. He wants to go f5. So I'm going to play f5 myself. Let's take with the pawn, just because it forces him to go here. Seems useful. Or forces him to take even, but I think he'll go bishop d5. Did I enjoy Wakense? Yeah. Great little city. Cool place. Little chess mecca. All the shops have signs out that are very accommodating and welcoming to chess players. It's got a great tradition, great history. Let's get this out of the way. I want to put a rook on g8 so I can fire away here. Try to keep this together. He's probably going to play his king to f2 in the near future. It's a good move. Hits e7. I feel like getting sharp in this position, but this is kind of an important pawn. You know that feeling when you want to do something aggressive, but you know you shouldn't? That's how I feel right now. I'm gonna just defend the pawn. And then maybe move this bishop back. Yeah, exactly. And exactly in flex. I gotta negotiate some short-term difficulties here. Although black should be better. Maybe ready to swing this over. Queen trade would be helpful. I think it's worth it to trade queens, even if I, like, let's say, lose this pawn. Probably my biggest advantage, though, is on the clock. Ooh, he wants in. Let's take. I guess we'll go here. Shore things up a little bit. If ever he takes that one, I take here. H6 maybe? Now I'm threatening to take, finally. We're going to break free. I guess I could have taken on d4 as well, but this is going to be good enough. Okay. Fade, thanks for the game. Yep, well played. Curious about that middle game. I wonder if you were better or if you had something at some point. Kind of felt like around here you were pretty active. Rook g5. Yeah, you know, it's getting close to 0 eval-wise at this stage. Interesting. Once I got in queen h6, yeah, that move is necessary for black. Look at that. It kind of felt that way because if you get knight g5 in, threaten mate, and also threaten ye old smothered mate with knight f7, I could be in trouble there very easily. Thank you for the game. Okay, Sir Henry, good luck. Let's play in English. I don't think I played in English today. Maybe it was your name, Sir Henry, that encouraged me to do this. John, in your experience, how do Lichess ratings correlate with ELO? Well, if you're talking about over-the-board ratings, Sir Henry, they're going to be vastly overrated, the Lichess ratings, that is, compared to over-the-board ratings. By hundreds of points, usually. But it's kind of weird because, and there's people here who are far better suited to answer this question. Ooh, I was about to abort. But I have noticed that, okay, so on the way I see the Lichess rating system, they use, I think Glico 2 is the system they use. And it seems to me that there is a very large middle class of ratings on Lichess, as in there are a lot of players in like the 1,000 to 2,000 range. Hardly any below 1,000. You know, not a knock against those of you who are. That's fine. That just means you're probably newer to the game. And above, like, let's call it 2,200 even, the pool of players just gets pretty small. But there's a lot of players, 1,000 to 2,000. And the rating system, in terms of how fast you can gain or lose points, kind of reflects that in a way. Like, Lichess ratings above like 2,500, you could maybe even go lower, 22, 2,300, seem fairly close to chess.com, and in some ways even harder to climb than on chess.com. But that's not the case below. You can gain or lose points a lot faster, like below 2200. But then again, there's also some really high rated players on Lichess too, like 3000 pluses. I really want to play e5 here. I'm going to do it. And then can I take here? Buy some time by attacking the queen and then recapture. So to get back to your original question, it's going to depend, but yeah, you're very likely your Lichess rating is going to be significantly greater than what your FIDE rating would be. I think that's fair to say. And I think that by how many hundreds of points is going to depend. Could be like 200, could be 300, maybe 400, 500 even. Also, let me take this opportunity to say that puzzle ratings, I don't think you can really judge much from puzzle ratings on any site. I often see people who are, 1,200 rapid on chess.com and have puzzle ratings of 2,000 plus. I don't think it means a whole lot. Not to say you shouldn't do your puzzles, but personally, I look a lot more at the accuracy, how often people are solving puzzles correct, than the puzzle rating itself. Well, that's good, Divide the Loot says. My puzzle rating makes me feel good. Yes. If it's a good motivator for you, that's good. Okay, I'm up a piece here, just kind of gradually converting and trying to stay cognizant of threats. Oh, yeah, I've heard that site referenced before, Tobinator. I think I can check. If he goes to the 7th rank, I'm going to have rook d7. Win the queen. Okay. Thank you for the game, Sir Henry. Yeah, so that was an important little in-between move, e5. When you play bishop takes g2, I can create a greater threat by attacking black's queen when I take on f6. So that worked out well. And then take on g2 at the end. So I think after e5, you got to take the pawn on e5 or move your knight. But it kind of looks like white's breaking through in the middle. I mean, if you play knight e8, let's say, it's very complicated. But with my space advantage, it feels like white should be better there. Maybe I can take d6 or take b7 first. But complex. Thank you for the game. Who's up next? Bryn Jolfer. This sounds like an Icelandic name. Oh, this is correspondence. Okay, it doesn't have a country listed. We got to abort this. I'm sorry, Bryn. I can't play correspondence right now. We got to get in some more games. Pabs, 3+0, up next. Let's go back to e4. You want me to play Scotch? I'll try to play Scotch. That's an anti-Scotch. Okay. Oh, he prevented my 4-move checkmate attempt. Let's play this. Oh no, my bishop. All right, let's play e5. What? Okay. So I can try to win a pawn at this point, but I'm going to keep my bishop. I'm going to hold on to the light square bishop and try to play for an initiative. Pabs is playing in highly unorthodox. Pabs is playing in like the way a low-level computer might play. Not to insult Pabs, but like if you play Stockfish on Lichess at like a low setting, like level 1, 2, 3, it does random stuff, especially with the queens and the pawns in the opening. That's what it reminds me of. But hey, might be playable. You never know. Let's try to bust through. He's playing a hyper modern opening. Yeah. That's right. Let's go check. All right, bishop c2. I don't know about this pawn. This could be strong or weak, but I do like my bishop pair here. I'll probably try to play knight e5 in the near future. Ooh, he castles that way. Well, let's try to rush him on the queen side now. He mixes tab with Mr. Pibb, yeah. Or Pabst Blue Ribbon. What country is that? Oh, Fiji. Okay. Fiji. Knight e5 looks strong here. Oh, but he has knight takes d6. Didn't see that. I should have played knight e5 on the previous move, maybe? I'm still going to play this. We're still going to give it a shot. Hey, 8 counts. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Look at that. We've had some real generous sub gifting today. You guys are awesome. Like, seriously. 8 counts gifting 2. Gary C., Buffalo Johnny, Inc. 314, Dell the Creator, and Octo Spider. Thanks again. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go here. We got to make sure we don't get mated on G2. Now, I should have a fork. Take in C4. Forking the knights. A little bit unusual. You can fork 2 knights with a pawn. Oh, that's awesome, No Joke Chess. He says this is the all-time high Lichess subs. Excellent. How many we got? Very good. Oh, and look at that. Quick Jash right there with the 5 gifted as well. You guys are amazing. Awesome support. I'm really glad to see that. Everyone gifting on Lichess. You know what? I think I gotta pay attention to the YouTube chat for one thing. I've been forgetting about you guys. Let's take. Sorry, YouTube. Let's go here. Maybe snake the bishop in like this, I'm thinking. As always, must watch my time as well. I think I'll just make a little space for the king so I don't get back rank mated. And now let's just do something like f6. I don't mind if he takes on b2. That should help me, actually. Because then I can get a rook free and threaten to come down here. Thank you, Baby Source Tex. Greatly appreciate it. Says happy birthday. Thank you. You guys are great. I really enjoy this every week. You guys know what's coming up, too, and maybe 2 more games. It's tradition. It's a tradition unlike any other. Let's promote. Let's promote this guy, too. Almost checkmate. And there we have it. Okay, Pabs, thanks for the game. Interesting one. I'm going to bet you were doing all right. You know, if you played knight takes d6 right here, am I even better? Evidently, but knight takes d6 is a convenient defense. Defending f7 and c4. That would have significantly slowed me down. I mean, maybe, yeah, queen e2 is probably what I would have done. to attack c4. Looks like the engine still likes white, but I think he needed to try that one. It's possible even before that there was something. But given the opening you played, I think you actually did pretty well to get to a playable middle game. We got 77 Lichessers, 77 subs. Awesome. Could we get to 100? 100 would be a great little milestone for Lichess, considering that Lichess is not a partnered streamer, as far as I understand. They do that on purpose so they can also broadcast to YouTube as well. So they could very well be a partner if they wanted, but the Twitch contract does not allow you to stream to another site if you're a partner, so like simul streaming. So that's why they stay non-partnered. Malcolm Tucker, good to see you, man. Let's play a Scandi. I'll play the Queen A5 version. Hey, Duffman, good to see you, man. Duffman Chess. Yeah, been a while since I've seen you on stream. Hope everything's going okay. We're winding up this one. I'll be done in about 10 minutes, but we still got at least one game. We'll see how long this game goes against Malcolm. But we got our tradition, the Bong Cloud Horsey set game. Crazy Christoph on YouTube says, not the weird chess set. I do have to bust that one out. So look away if it offends you. But not till next game, at least. Thank you, Mark Worlds. Oh, yeah, Duffman? What kind of arbiter are you going for? Do you want to become a FIDE arbiter at some point? Oh, you asked a question, quick, Josh? I did not see that, if you did. Thank you, Rock and Fire, as well. Yeah, that's cool, Duffman. FIDE arbiter is tough. Yeah, there's some complex qualifications for that, including, like, I think a written test you have to take at some point that's fairly lengthy. You have to do it in person, as far as I understand. But yeah, being a FIDE arbiter is a great qualification to have. Why do people prefer old Scandinavian over the modern one? Can you specify what you mean by old Scandinavian versus modern Scandinavian? I hear people say that, but I don't think that's like a common distinction. Do you mean like knight f6 versus queen takes d5? The old is the one you played here. Do you mean queen a5 on move 3? So there's various lines you can play. Queen a5, I would say, is one of the more mainstream ways, traditionally, of handling the Scandinavian. Queen d8 is a very old move. I play queen d8 a lot, too. Queen d6 is probably the most ambitious move, but it's kind of complicated. And I usually don't play that one so often. So there are advantages and disadvantages to all of them. Like queen d8 is the most solid, but arguably the most passive of the three. Queen a5's reputation has been revived in recent years, actually. I've been doing some work on queen a5. And again, queen d6, I think, is a great option, but it's complicated. Absolutely. So if I take here, he takes my queen. I could take his with check, but he's going to regain it. So I'm going to play this one to align here. Now, this would be a mistake because I take and white would be pinned. So Malcolm's got to come up with something. And I might play this move, too, in the near future. We'll see. Ooh, I feel like this just loses material for Malcolm. If I take here, he takes here. I win a bunch of minor pieces. Is that the best way to do it? Could also take here. But then he takes my queen. I think this is correct. Or, sorry, this one. Let's do this one. By modern, you mean the knight first. Okay, so knight f6 on move 2. Yep, just another line. I've often said I think knight f6 on move 2 leads more to like play that resembles an Alekhine's defense, personally. Some Gambit play too, but a lot of times white doesn't play into the Gambits. All these approaches are valid. They're just different approaches. That's the truth of it. All right. So we're wrapping this game up against Malcolm. All right. Thank you for the game, Malcolm. Yeah, I think that got a little awkward for you with the knight maneuvering around. That's kind of my take on it. Like knight d2. Yeah, this looks precarious. Maybe you can wiggle your way out at this point, but I don't like the coordination issues you're suffering from here. Thank you, full-time Jerry. But thanks for the game, Malcolm, as always. All right, you guys ready? I'm undefeated today. You know, I hope that you guys win or draw against me, someone, at some point during these streams. It's only happened once. That someone has beat me, that is. So this is always a good chance when we go to the horsey set, and especially for the final game of the day. Oh, this is going to be tough. Did I play Aryan Ramapur in a Boncloud horsey game before? I feel like I might have played this player before in the Boncloud game. That would be crazy if so. Well, we got to do it. It must be done. He played the Vienna. Okay, I have a chance to maybe get a reasonable position out of the opening when he plays the Vienna. I so want to bring the king out, but it's too risky against Aryan Ramapur. 1895. That's a legit rating. Hello, Olassen. Thanks to everyone for tuning in today. As always, this is a lot of fun. Really look forward to this every week. A reminder that tomorrow, Monday, September 6th, Lichess is doing a Lichess Plays, just the same format I did today, with none other than Grandmaster Shakhriyar Mamedyarov from Azerbaijan, the current number 11 player in the world. Peak rating of 2820 FIDE. Was number 2 in the world back in 2018. He's still a total boss. Needless to say, unbelievable player. So do tune in for that. You have a chance to play one of the best players in the world. And that will be tomorrow at, I believe, what time was it? No Joke Chess? 1900 UTC? Someone can put the exact time. But he'll be taking all challengers for a couple hours. I don't know. I cannot confirm if he will play the Boncloud horsey or not. Cormac Aubert says 1900 UTC. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to try to tune in a little bit for that too. That'll be fun. All right, let's defend. Let's recapture. H4, aggressive. I like the attempt here to push me around. I'm going to try to go D6 next, maybe eliminate this knight if I can. I'm staying solid for the moment. Copy Bar says, how to play versus Boncloud as black. You can see in Anish's courses. Does he actually talk about that? That's pretty funny if so. I know a couple Chessable courses that are like lifetime repertoires actually do go into that. Like I think, who was it? Is it Grandmaster Setharaman has an E4 course for white? And I'm pretty sure he discusses what to do against various tries like the Boncloud. Can I win a piece here? C5, queen d5. I can't kick that queen again. So I think I just got to play d6 here. Ah, but then is the idea... No. F4, I can play knight takes up. I think this is safe. Oh, very nice, Masakali. Jacrisian, thank you for being a first-time chatter on the Lichess Twitch channel. They say, with Boncloud as black, are you still forced to play 2 King E7 after Queen H5? Yeah, that's the problem. I've mentioned that in the past. That's why I can't justify pre-moving it against E4. I would love to just play E5 and then pre-move the King E7 move on move 2, but you run the risk of the opponent playing Queen H5. That was a generous queen move, speaking of queen moves. But yeah, you run the risk of your opponent playing E4, E5, Queen H5, and then you pre-move Queen E7, and you get mated with Queen takes E5. Aryan, thanks for the game. Again, did I play him in the past? It's this game. No, I've played him, but it wasn't a Boncloud game. It was a Sveshnikov game. Oh, I remember this one. He was beating me in this. Oh, no. I was playing black. Yeah. This was a couple weeks ago. I was playing black in this game. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for the games today. This was a lot of fun. As always, Lichess plays. Appreciate the support. As No Joke says, they hit a record number of subs for today, so that was awesome to see. Thanks again, everyone, for gifting the subs, including the Pedersen kid, I think was their username, for gifting 20 subs. Amazing support. A few other 5-sub gifters, all support appreciated. And once again, tune in tomorrow if you can. If you're in your workday or getting off work, Grandmaster Shakriyan Mamedyarov doing Lichess plays for 2 hours. Huge pickup from the Lichess crew. Arranging that starts at 1900 UTC. So take a look. So thanks again, guys. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be out of town the next 2 weekends, I believe. So I'm going to talk to No Joke Chess about when would be convenient to do another one of these. We'll make it happen. But take care. Thanks again for the birthday wishes. Really appreciate it, everyone. Good luck in your upcoming games, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're going to raid Mari Chess next. Yeah, thanks again, Pedersen Kid. See you in the chat. See you, Duffman. See you, Cormac O'Bear. Apodactic. And thanks to everyone watching on YouTube as well. Go to YouTube for the archive if you missed anything and want to watch it back. All right. See you guys. Bye.